Welcome to Wine and, a show where we talk wine and everything that goes with it, and really, what doesn't. I'm Chris, and this is Halia and Moani.
If you haven't noticed, we have our special guest, the multi-talented Lanai, with us today.
Thank you for the multi-talented.
Boss
I had
man.
to add it in, man. Boss man, here we go.
He is also the creator and the co-host for It's a Hawaii Thing. If you guys haven't watched it, check it out.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Of course.
Thanks for being here.
And the
Yeah.
creator of wine too, right?
Yeah, we drinking?
I mean,
drinking.
why not?
Let's drink. Yeah, I love it.
Cool.
What do you bring today?
Oh, let's open this. I wanted to choose the hardest wine to open on air live.
There you go.
Right? So I chose a wax cap.
Okay.
Yeah, and I specifically wanted to bring something from France, so we can compare and contrast the difference between California, French
Okay.
wine, high alcohol,
I
whatever.
like that.
Yeah. So wax cap, you just go.
Why do they put wax on it?
I mean, it's just like
Is it bougie?
Fancy.
it is. But
Yeah.
is it like? Is it? It's for show. I
For
mean,
show.
For show too, but it's also. I mean, you think of a Maker's Mark bottle, right?
Yeah.
That's like.
Sexy.
I mean, it's classic. We all associate red wax caps with Maker's Mark, but it's also oxidation stuff too, right?
Show everybody what that looks like
Oh.
right there, that label, so we know what it is. Tell us more about the wine.
The grape is Gamay. It's made by one of the masters of the grape.
Hold it a little bit higher.
Sure.
There you go.
Ooh.
Nice, and that one is
Higher.
the French.
Higher?
There you go,
Higher.
right there.
From France.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
so
from
everybody can
France.
see it.
Lapierre is the maker's name.
Okay.
And now that I see the cork, I overheard saying that certain wines are not going to have a cork in it anymore. Why is that?
Yeah, a lot of them not
I-
corking anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's so romantic to have the cork thing, right? Like it's
Yeah.
just you go to a restaurant, a waiter puts it on your table, and you pick it up and smell it, and
Right.
um,
It's like a traditional thing.
right.
Yeah.
But there's this nasty thing called cork taint that most people don't really know what it is. Cork taint sounds gross, right? Just by
Yeah.
itself. But it affects, people say, about 5% of all wines.
Can I open this
Yeah.
up for you? All right. Now, when you say it affects it, you're really talking about it could spoil?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's not going to kill you,
Uh-huh.
but it's undrinkable, basically. It tastes like wet cardboard, and it's just nasty.
I mean,
So
no one likes that.
so they're getting less spoilage out of your all your wines.
And most wines are made to drink right away, right? So we're
Right.
not aging it and putting it into a cellar and whatnot, but
Now, when they put the wax on these bottles, are they doing it by hand?
most are. I mean,
They just dip it into
I thought
wax.
they dip it though,
Yep.
right?
Oh,
Yep.
interesting.
Okay.
Because I thought about doing that for mine, just the ones for gifts.
you should.
Yeah.
I mean, to think of it like it's so labor intensive and time intensive to
Right.
make a waxing on it.
Yeah.
So of course they're doing it by hand.
So I brought you guys my wine. It's Look Me in the Eye. And Cayena Wines, Michael Sigoin is an amazing Grenache guy. Moani's going to be on my next year's label.
That'll sell out real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, why is it called Look Me in the Eye? That's very interesting.
Such a great story. I'm glad you asked me. I went to Italy to go learn how to make wine because I thought if I'm going to learn how to make wine, I got to go to the place where they know how to do it, right? So did I open that right, by the way?
I was biting my tongue. I'm trying not to tell you. Let me clean it up for you, bro. I get you.
I know
get
the
you,
top,
get
but
you, yeah.
I mean, did I? Yeah,
Jesus,
okay.
you mauled it.
Yeah, I did. Look, I mauled it.
So that's the best way, is to kind of cut around, because don't ask me to open wine.
That's what the
I'm gonna
knife
ask
is
me-
for on top of the corkscrew.
Oh, I thought it
Yes.
was just for sure.
Yeah. So people, when they drink out of the bottle, they don't cut their lip.
So I have decanters here because initially I wanted to serve your own wine blind to you and be that.
Oh,
kind of
that's
person.
okay.
But
Too late
I'll
now.
decant it anyways, right?
Okay, yeah, please,
Yeah?
please. So I go to Italy and I meet these two guys on the side of the road,
Uh-huh.
these old men, and they were drinking wine, and no labels on the bottles, and there was like 7 bottles, and they were drinking out of little wine glasses like this in Italy.
Wine
And
glass?
like little small glasses. I guess in Italy they don't use these big glasses.
Right, we're bougie here.
Yeah, this was like 20 years ago, by the way. So anyway, they go, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Hawaii." And they go, "Oh, Hawaii. We love Hawaii. Everyone loves Hawaii." And they say, "You want to try our wine?" I said, "Sure." And they spoke very little English. And before we drank, they said in Italy, whenever we drink, it's a celebration. It could be for a birthday, whatever it is. So you have to make a toast. And the way they came up with cheers is kings, when they visit another country, they would tap glass and dump wine in each other's glass, look each other in the eye to make sure they weren't poisoning each other. So it meant friendship, loyalty, trust, and all that. So they said whenever you drink, you always make a toast, and whoever you're drinking with, you look everyone in the eye, or else 7 years bad sex.
Oh, okay, we don't want
So
that.
that's why I
I-
call it Look Me in the Eye.
Oh,
Cheers.
I did
You
hear
gotta look me in
that.
the eye.
Wait, no, I'm gonna try
7
good
years.
wine. I'm gonna.
Oh, you want to?
See, I already.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. So this is the wine you brought, right?
Oh, we're doing the. we're doing your wine.
We're doing
Your wine.
Oh, we're doing my
Your
wine.
wine.
Okay, we'll do my wine. All right.
And toast you. Okay,
All right.
There we go.
Here we go.
Cheers.
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 This is
Yes,
going to be the
thanks
most
for having me.
intensely I stared at another man in my entire life.
Okay,
Thanks
so
for having me.
is there a way that we swirl?
I mean,
Or
different
do the-
strokes for different folks, right?
Okay.
So the
strokes.
Different
The
strokes
stroke.
for different folks.
different
I'll
swirls,
never forget that.
different swirls for different girls, right?
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, look
I never
at
heard
you
that
with
one
the
before.
liners. Okay.
Sweating.
Yeah. Aren't we all? Yeah, so the swirl is not just to look douchey, right? That's why I do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, well, we should talk about that because it's a really interesting topic to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about later.
All
So
right.
we have to take a quick break.
Okay.
But Wine Ann is brought to you by the one and only Windows Hawaii, Honolulu Star Advertiser.
Welcome back to Wine and we're here with Lanai.
Be amazing.
Yes, we were talking about swish,
Swirling and
swirling,
smelling.
swirling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why do we have to do this?
You don't have to.
I
Let's
love
be
to do
clear.
it.
Like you don't have
like
to do
it.
anything when it comes to wine. You just drink it, right?
I feel like
But-
it just makes me look like I know what I'm doing.
See,
Right?
and that's why I do it. Yeah.
This is
Like,
my
look,
style
guys.
right here, by the way.
Okay.
This is my style. I notice your style when you sniff. So tell us, why do you sniff?
the
and why
gangster
do you
lean.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wait,
No, I
do
don't
it
know.
for us.
It's just
look in
do
the
it for
camera
us.
and do
see
it.
now it's awkward
Look at
because
the
I
camera
can't.
and do it.
Do it. Only one nostril works. That's why.
That's
Oh, is
true.
it one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how good I am, right? I only need one.
I like that
Oh
though.
gosh, here we
Um,
go. Here
yeah.
we go.
Tell us why.
Well, so 90% of all taste is smell, right? So really, when we're concentrating on the wine, it's the aroma, it's the bouquet, and it's retronasal. Like when we swallow or spit, your choice. That's the only way we actually taste the aromas. So swirling it releases alcohol compounds, and that carries with it all the things that smell.
Ah,
And talking about spit, I just saw Lanai
yeah.
spit into his lovely spit can right there.
Right.
How do we do it? How do we spit? But
Classy.
yeah,
Yeah.
We're
teach
ladies
us how
here.
to
So
spit.
I like to
From
just
the country, so you know spitting is very, very common there.
Yes.
right. But this is
From
not
a
like
Except you
distance.
like hack it back and then.
this is not paina at the beach, you know.
Yeah.
Like this is like you kind of just spit anywhere. But I like to hold it up to, you know, instead of like leaning in, I like to hold it up. But so the reason we spit is because we're drinking tons of wine,
Yeah.
right? And that's like
And
for
you want to
any
last the day.
any other alcohol that's like not really the thing to do. Like for beer, people say like
Right.
you have to swallow because you taste bitterness in the back of your throat, which is absolute lies. But that's why I say
It's
it.
more for tasting though. As you're,
Yeah.
if you're tasting, if you're just drinking one bottle, right? Are you guys spitters or swallowers? I guess you just spit, so you're a spitter.
Well, it depends what we're I'm
It
kidding.
depends.
I'm definitely a swallower. Like
Yeah.
I was raised, you know, on the west
Don't
side,
waste.
very country. I don't like to waste.
Yeah.
I mean, I was taught by my grandparents that you know, they're farmers. You use everything.
Yeah.
Just savor everything.
You know what
But
you are yet?
I'm more of a spitter.
Smart spitter. All right.
Spitter.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a good question. I like to explain to people when they always ask me, why do you smell it? You know, like when you walk into a house and somebody's cooking something good, like adobo, and then you clinch.
Yeah.
Smelling is part of your senses of taste, right? So I don't know if you guys noticed, but mine has like a raspberry razzatini
It's like a
floral
deep.
on the top
There you
I
go.
like it.
at the nose.
I like
You like it? I make my wine just for women, by the way. Did I tell you that?
Oh, no wonder I don't like it. Nah, I'm just joking.
You can be honest.
No, I like it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't lie
The
to me.
reason, so the reason I poured these two side by side is because they're both like have that red fruit, right?
Yeah.
Even look at it; it looks sort of the same in color.
Yeah.
Like they're both thin skin.
spit
Is it a
Next time
Rhone
I just
varietal,
wanted
the
to
one
taste.
you brought?
No, it's from Burgundy.
Go for it.
From
Yeah,
Burgundy.
it's related to Pinot Noir. It's really light and pretty. So like,
I wanted to
I
see
did,
this.
I
Sorry, I
did.
didn't interrupt you.
Guys, I spit on camera.
All right, I'm gonna try this. Tell us what is this again?
so the grape is Gamay.
Gamay.
Yeah, so it's related to Pinot Noir. It's like a lighter version of it.
This is an interesting
It's really
nose
floral
on it.
and pretty for sure.
What do you guys smell on this?
I like how light it is when you taste it on your taste buds.
And keep in
For
mind,
your
like,
wine, sorry.
whatever you smell
Yes.
is what you smell. Like, smell is associated with memory and emotion so much, right?
Which
So
I
my
agree on.
tutu's house or your tutu's house smells different. Like,
yeah.
so whatever you smell is what you smell.
It's funny how you can influence somebody though.
Raspberry.
Yeah.
Right,
And then
but
you
when
smell
said
it.
I said, oh, raspberry,
Right?
but I
Okay.
wouldn't have thought that in the beginning.
I smell raisins on this, and maybe even prune,
On the new
Prune.
one,
Yeah,
on the
Or
one that's
fig.
not yours.
fig.
You know what it is?
What is it?
Red vines.
Ah,
Interesting.
I swear.
Red vine.
It's like all red,
red
vines.
vines. That is a good one.
And if you don't like this wine, then you can probably write off all other gamay. Like, oh,
If
I
you
just
don't
don't
like gamay,
I
you
just
don't
don't
like
like
gamay.
yeah. Because if you don't like this wine, you're probably not gonna like.
How many different
this is like
grapes
the
are
best.
there?
Oh, like tens of thousands. In Italy alone, there's like 2,000.
The fruit of the loom, guys. What are they? Table grapes. Let me check. You mean what are the fruit of the loom guys?
I didn't think they were grapes. I thought they were.
Did you just check his
I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow.
I didn't think they were
This
grapes.
is
I thought
his
they were
first
bananas.
one.
Banana
hammocks.
No, there's grapes and bananas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they actually make a wine?
No, they don't. Just make bibberies.
Can some like when you smell a wine, could it be like fig or like a honey smell? Could it be
Yeah,
like that, or
yeah.
is it more so fruit? It's
No.
associated with fruit and chocolate.
It
or
can be
woods.
socks.
It can be literally
Like
anything
stink
you've ever
socks.
smelled.
Oh, I don't want to drink stinks.
I don't
Like
want.
old vine wines, to me, smell like socks. No?
Yeah.
Like a gym.
Remember how I said there's no wrong answers?
Right. But
No, I'm just
but
joking. I'm just joking.
there's one. I'm the first time to have a wrong answer, huh?
Oh wow.
On that note,
That's good.
let's take a quick break again.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wine and is brought to you by the one and only Windows Hawaii, the Honolulu Star advertiser, now available digitally.
All right, welcome back to Wine and, where we talk about wine and everything else. Okay, so Lanai, we're talking about your
Yeah.
wine called Looking in the Eye. So I came up with a joke just now.
Okay.
Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Lukey,
Lukey who?
look at me, look at you.
That is such a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
a
so-
Chinese knock knock.
I noticed.
I don't
I
know.
noticed that we have 2 decanters
Yeah.
on this table. Is there a difference? Is there a
For sure.
reasoning for the different size,
Well, there's-
shapes?
I would love to do a decanter episode because there's like tons, right? And it like
Yeah.
it stopped being about function and more about art, right? When
Because you have these long ones.
I mean,
and-
it's crazy.
Yeah.
When you order a bottle at like a really fancy restaurant and it's like super expensive, and they bring out that, and everybody at the restaurant looks at you like
Yeah.
that certainly plays into getting a decanter, right? But what happens in the old days was because wine wasn't fine filtered. They didn't have techniques to really make clean wine.
Mhm.
So you would use the decanter and like basically pour the wine in the decanter to get rid of all the stuff that you didn't want. Because there are like particles, there's all kinds of like, I mean, you've seen it.
Sediment.
Yeah, sediment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen decanters like this. It kind of looks like a swan. Is the
Yeah,
one that
fancy
I,
one.
oh, so you only go to fancy
Because you go to
restaurants.
fancy restaurants.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to sound smart, guys. Don't look too far. But since we're on conversation, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's the wine, or it's a combination of the atmosphere, the people, and the wine that kind of bring the whole?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think wine makes the atmosphere sexy.
Okay.
And I think, of course, when you get through the wine, everyone always asks me, like, why do I like to drink wine? It gives you a stony feel, like a relaxed. If you've never been stoned, it's more like a relaxed, laid back feel. I don't know, but I heard. And then if you drink
Such a
like
lie.
tequila, it makes me like, I want to take my clothes off. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like different drinks make me feel different. So I think wine to me makes me feel sexy and it makes me feel educated.
Yeah.
Because if you can say a few things about the decanter or smelling, people are like, oh, this guy is a wine snob a
Well,
little
there's,
bit.
there's
huh?
a lot to know about wine,
Right.
right? There's like so many different grapes. There's all these
Yeah.
rules and rituals and pomps and
Well,
circumstances.
let me ask you, as girls, if a guy takes you out to drink and he orders a bottle of wine, if he ordered $100 bottle of wine, would you be impressed?
No.
No?
Not really. I'm a cheap date.
So if he,
Just cut to the chase.
Just
No,
give me something that
honestly,
tastes-
A box?
can
You want a
spend
box
$20,
wine?
Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You can
Right.
spend
Yes.
$20 and get a really good wine.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but you know a little bit about it. But if it was your first time and he busted out a bottle, would it be any impression?
I think there's a little bit of impression that goes with it, but and maybe we've had conversations off screen as us
Yeah.
as a group, but as well as growing up and going through various states, you get to the point where it's more so that conversation and
Yeah.
just really having that vibe. Yes, you can have alcohol. Alcohol kind of makes you feel a little like, hey,
Yeah.
but after a while that fades, right?
I know, but if he just said, okay, give me 2 screwdrivers or some vodka, and as opposed to a bottle of wine.
I gotta do screwdriver.
Really?
I've always been more. I love wines. I appreciate wines, but I've always been more so like Tito's or tequila,
Hard liquor.
kind of girl. I've never really gotten. I know it's such a
How about you,
disappointment.
Halia?
wine grew on me. I was
Yeah.
definitely a hard liquor kind of person. college taught me how to party a little bit. But then I grew older, started dating, and then wine grew on me, and I felt just more sophisticated, smarter, and met different types of people when I started drinking wine. So wine for me.
I really hope to change your mind during the course of the season. I really do. Yeah.
It's sexy,
No,
yeah?
it is, but I mean, I'm an equal opportunity alcoholic. You know, I grew up on
Yeah.
Hawaii, so I know what it's like to just pound Coors Light and
Right.
cheap beers. But I think, yeah, there's something so different about it, right?
Yeah,
it feels elevated, and it has a tendency to be like snobbish.
Have you
is-
guys been to Italy or France?
I have not, and I want to.
I think that'll change your mind.
Well, Italy
Don't you think?
is on my
Well, we-
bucket list, but France,
Yes.
It'll change your mind
You've
if
been
they
to
went.
Yes.
Don't.
You have to.
I thought it was in the budget to take a field trip.
Yeah, baby.
We're not going.
We'll have to figure it out. Depends how good you do.
Okay, we're booking that flight. All right, we have to take a quick break. I'm
All right.
sorry, you guys. Wine and is brought to you by the one and only Windows Hawaii, the Honolulu Star advertisers. So go check them out on YouTube for your latest local news.
Welcome back to Wine and, where we're talking with Lanai and drinking his awesome wine. Before we keep going, let's throw it to Chandra and see our cocktail of the week.
Thanks guys, I'm here today and I'm gonna make you the margarita that I like to make for my family at home. I have a special guest, Mario from Windows Hawaii. So Mario, when I'm making my cocktails at home, I like to use fresh pressed lime always, because if you don't have fresh lime, it's not gonna taste the same. You can't buy those little plastic ones. You gotta make sure that it's fresh. I have a little bit of sugar just to balance it out. I have some coconut water. Do you like margaritas?
Oh, do I?
Have you had bad ones before?
Not yours.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had 'em
Oh no,
plenty.
definitely not. Yeah. And then the star of the show, I have only the good stuff for you, Mario. Clase Azul Plata. This is luxury tequila at its finest. And while I'm shaking this up for you, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with Windows Hawaii?
I'm glad you asked. It's just like your margaritas, quality. Quality of the window is one of the most important things. And the warranty that the windows have, I mean, it's on par. There is no other warranty on the market right now here in Hawaii.
That's really
So
good
if
to
you're
know.
looking for windows, I really recommend that you at least give us a call at 6710808, or go to the website trustwindowshawaii.com, or you can stop by the showroom, which, you know, depending on COVID, we may or may not have it open, but the showroom is open at 314 Komohana Street in Kapolei.
Fantastic. I can't wait to check you out.
No problem. I can't wait to check that out.
As you should. It's super refreshing. It's like you just opened the windows and let all the sunshine in with the wonderful treatments that you get from Windows Hawaii, of
Okay.
course. Cheers.
Quality.
Cheers. Thank you. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chandra. That looks delicious. I can't wait to try it. Welcome back to Wine and.
Hard liquor and wine, I like it. You guys got this going on.
All right, so best date story with wine, or it could be a horrible date story, but the wine really saved it.
Oh,
Be honest.
Be honest.
That's gonna take
hold
longer
back.
than the last segment, right?
No. You can
Don't name
either
Wait, I gotta-
best or worst.
best or worse?
And for the worst, like the wine.
I have a
really
lot of
saved-
worse.
Okay, let's go
Can
with
I do the
then.
worst?
And but make sure it's like the wine really saved you at the end of the day.
I really liked this girl, and we went out, and she said that she drank wine, but she didn't drink wine. And took her to a show. It was a show in Waikiki. I can't even remember the show, what it was. But I ordered a bottle of wine and taught her how to drink wine, and she loved it. So that's why I knew she didn't drink wine. So then we ordered another bottle, and we finished that, and we went home, and she ended up sleeping in my bathroom. That was the first date. She slept in the bathroom and wouldn't leave, and wouldn't unlock the door or anything, and she slept in the tub. And the next day when I woke, I checked on her. I tried to come in and check on her. She was gone, and the bathroom was totally clean, but I could hear her throwing up all the wine.
Oh my
It was the worst.
Are
So
you
we drank a bottle each, really. Yeah, but it was her first time drinking. I think it was her first time.
Can
What
anybody
kind of
top that?
wine? Do you remember?
It was all red.
Okay.
Yeah, because she said she drank wine and she liked red.
What, your bathroom floor?
Yes. It was all,
Can anybody
it
top
was a
that?
disaster.
No, you
But
win.
then I ended up going out with her for like 6 years. Now we know who that is.
And put her on blast on the podcast.
So
That's
is it like
awesome.
red wine gets you more buzzed
I
or
don't know.
drunk, or is it
I don't
white?
think so. I think it's either or, but I just don't think she knew what hit her.
Is there a liquor that you can't drink anymore because you had a bad experience? Like any alcohol?
It used to be tequila. I just started drinking tequila again. Yeah, I only because there's no fat, there's no calories, and I can drink 2 or 3 and I feel good.
Yep.
So I started drinking again, but I drink expensive tequila.
I thought you said it makes you want to take off your clothes.
That's why I drink it.
okay.
I think.
Turn on the music.
Who needs Viagra when you got tequila, right?
And now we know Lanai's secret.
Do you guys drink wine and make you feel, or is there a cocktail that makes you feel crazy?
I can't. Vodka makes my heart race, so I don't like drinking vodka. I've always like tequila is great. I'm good, but anything dark, Jameson, Jack Daniels,
No good.
Can't do it.
can't do it. I had a really bad story my freshman year of high school. We stole Jack Daniels from my friend's parents' liquor cabinet and drank the whole bottle. And
How many
the
of you?
smell of it. It was
14.
just me and her.
Oh, it's just two of
Two
you.
of us, big bottle.
Ah.
Never again.
Leah, you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I like vodka. I like whiskey. Jameson's probably one of my top. And
Yeah,
then, I'm like you. Tequila hit me wrong. I think I had a night where probably the first and the only time I ever blacked out was with tequila. And I told myself never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
So you haven't done it since?
No.
You have to revisit it and drink a good one, because a good one's smooth.
Do you like
know.
mezcal or what is your?
I like it all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like it all.
My
that-
producer for Cooking Hawaiian Style and partner Ruben Carrillo, he has tequila plants growing in his agave growing in his backyard, and he's been kind of teaching me a little bit about it.
Here in Hawaii?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Wow.
big time.
yeah, yeah. We gotta take a field trip to his place for sure.
You know, the
So,
thing
like-
about tequila, though, is it takes like 6 years for
yeah,
the plant
yeah,
to grow.
and then it doesn't grow again, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
dies
yeah.
after.
Yeah.
No, once you cut it, it's done.
Oh.
Yeah.
So favorite type of tequila?
You know, gosh, I really like Casamigos. I'm on a Casamigos trip right now.
Casamigos.
Yeah, and I like putting it in my freezer. I like it cold.
Has to be chilled.
It has to be chilled.
No rocks?
Yeah, it reminds me of when I take my clothes off. I'm cold already.
That's how you know you got home safe.
Topic of the day.
Yeah.
Lanai
So,
taking
hey,
his clothes off.
Yeah, so if we ever go out to dinner and I order tequila, you know what kind of mood I'm in.
That's an Uber mood right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're not going back home for a little
Right,
while.
right.
So since you have like your wines, you have your shows, you have a production company, you have what is it that motivates you? Like I've always wanted to ask you, and we've been friends for how long? But like literally, what is the motivation?
You're gonna have to
We're gonna
watch
have
the
to
full
have you-
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me,
Really.
you guys. Cheers. Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Look me in the
Look me in the
Yeah,
eyes.
look me in the eye. Thank you guys
We
so
didn't look
much.
each other in the eye.
Well, thanks for joining us with Wine and with Lanai. Make sure to follow him on social media at Lanai.
Thank you.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button when you can. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Windows Hawaii, the Honolulu Star Advertiser.
And also thank you to Saks Fifth Avenue. Look at our clothes, very stylish.
Nice.
We're not done here though. Please catch the extended version on YouTube. Aloha.
Aloha, you guys.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Talk about the wine and talk about the wine, Talk about the wine and talk about the wine, Talk about the wine and talk about the wine,
Welcome back to Wine and, the extended version. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. This is Wine and After Hours. We get to do whatever we want now. I actually get to swallow the wine now.
Does anybody want some more?
I'm good
What do you-
for it.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So carrying back to the question I asked you,
Uh-huh.
since you have wine, you have your TV shows, you have your production company, what motivates you? Like, what is your motivation?
That's such a good question. I don't think anyone's asked me that before.
Well, I've been wanting to
Good
ask
job.
you. Since
Come on, we
Yeah.
know you're a very inspiring person.
What motivates me is when everyone tells me no, that I can't do it. So I think that's why I do everything that I always wanted to do. Like everything that I do, I love doing, so I don't look at it as a job, I guess. When I created the wine, people were like, what are you talking about? You need a lot of money. You need, what do you know about wine? So then I went to Italy. I was like, screw these guys, I'm gonna go freaking figure it out. And then I figured it out, so I started doing it. When I built Island 98.5, the radio station, everyone said I couldn't do it. It took me 3 years to do it. Everyone except my mentor. And he's like, fuck them, do it. So I started doing it. I started putting it together. I approached Clear Channel at the time, which is like the monster radio conglomerate. And they're like, I don't know about that. And then I approached them again, like 6 months later. And they're like, well, if you can get this, this, and this, then maybe we'll think about it. Then I went back again 6 months later, and I figured it out. And then they wanted me to open a station in San Diego, Vegas, LA. And then I ended up opening one here, and then Tahiti, I opened one. So I guess to answer your question, it's like, how many people can tell me, no, I can't do it? I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
But why specifically wine? Like, I mean, there's the list of things you can't do or didn't do is shorter than the opposite, right?
Actually,
but like, why wine?
It's a great story too, because when I was hosting club events, I hosted a lot of club stuff, like 6 days a week when I was on the air. And they would give me a bar tab. Every club gave me a bar tab, and it was like $200. I could never drink $200 of liquor in one night, especially like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So I would see like a group of girls, and I'd go, get all of them a drink. You don't have to tell them who it is, just say, get them a drink. So they would get them a drink. And every morning I'd wake up and I'd look at my bar tab receipt, and it was wine, 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 wine. And I thought, why are girls drinking so much wine? So that's what intrigued me about wine. Like, I want to know why they're drinking wine. And that's when I was like 23, 24. And
so you were all about just chasing tails?
No, I was all about how do I make money off of the tail?
Business mindset. Business mindset.
Yeah, like why? Why are they drinking wine?
To understand it better.
Yes, and that's when wine just started blowing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there wasn't. I think the movie Sideways. You guys saw that movie? Kind of elevated it even more. That kind of elevated Pinot Noir, I think. But wine was getting cool, and they started running ads. Napa started getting big, and it was just because of that. Like, why are women drinking wine? That's why I make my wine for girls. I try to make fruit forward, easy to drink, and texture. Do you notice the texture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys notice there's good texture?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. So what was the moment, when was the moment when you actually said, I love this bottle of wine, I love wine? Like you actually fell in love with it?
When I went to Italy,
Okay.
for sure. Because in the clubs, they serve shitty wine. They did, right? In a nightclub, they just want to pump it out. It was like, $5, $6, $2 chuck wine.
Yeah.
Cheap
But
wine.
It didn't taste good even there?
It did because you were drunk.
So that's, my thing is whenever I'm like serving a table and they come back to me from a trip from Italy, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple that comes back, and it happens every single night almost, where they have like pictures on their phone and it's gorgeous, right? The Tuscan countryside, and they show me this bottle, and I'm like, do you have this here? It was the best wine we ever had.
Yeah.
It was so good, and it's like, well, that's probably like $1, right?
Yeah.
But so you're usually with the person you love.
Yeah. And you're in Italy.
You're in the place that created it.
Yeah, so it's different.
You're not answering work emails. You come home, and even though the dinner was amazing, like the wine's not gonna be the same. It's context.
Right. And what I do too is like the first bottle is always the good one. Other people, you notice, second and third they buy, we got to get another more expensive. No, you're already drunk. Yeah. Go get the shitty bottle.
Or beer.
Or go to beer, yeah. Why do you drink so much beer?
That was a shocker to me. I was like, you're a sommelier. Like, tell us about what it took to become a sommelier.
Oh, man.
And then
You have a great story.
You're a beer drinker, so like, how did that,
I think beer is always like growing up, right? And it's like unpretentious, which is why I love wine, because I want to destroy the walls of snobbery. Like we should be drinking more of this stuff, right? Like local people should be, I don't know.
Jesus drank wine.
That's what I tell my mama.
No religion.
Jesus turned
No
water
religion.
into wine.
Yeah.
Coming from Lanai that said don't talk about religion or politics, he just brought
I just
up
talked about Jesus, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, beer is great, right? Like it's unpretentious. You can drink a lot of it. I'm about that life. Like I didn't get into it because like I wanted to make money, or I mean, you know how hard it is running a winery, making money off a label, or I wanted like girls. That I didn't do it that way.
Like 90% of the winemakers I know drink beer.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot
Like
of good
heavily
beer.
drink beer, not just lightly drink beer. They drink a lot.
Heavily drink light beer, actually.
Yeah,
like cheap
true.
beer.
Yeah, they
Oh,
drink cheap beer.
Interesting.
It takes a lot of beer to make good wine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the som thing was just
No, wait. Are you a master sommelier?
technically no.
Why?
I passed the exam in 2018, all 3
Uh-huh.
parts in 1 year, and some asshole cheated.
Right.
Yeah.
That was big news.
Yeah,
But you didn't cheat. Somebody else did.
I'm on record right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not cheat.
Right.
So you had passed the test,
Mhm.
and somebody cheated, so everybody.
How did
the whole class got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have you been accused of
No.
someone cheating?
and I thought it was innocent until proven guilty, but
Yeah. How many in a class?
23 of us passed it.
That'd be like you flying for Hawaiian Airlines in a class.
Yeah.
You all graduate, but one person cheats, but the whole class can't do it.
Yep.
And that's like the most brutal class, right?
It is very blood, sweat, and
And the
tears.
That was 7 weeks,
and
right?
the
Yeah.
training to become a sommelier
7
is-
weeks.
Unpaid.
Unpaid. You have to pass a certain percentage every
Right.
test.
So were you mad? Were you sad? What did you do?
Oh, I'm
did
still
you cry?
I'm still processing.
You
it.
still processing
I'm not.
it.
I didn't cry. It was like shock.
Yeah.
And I cry about everything. I'm like
Are
the
you- are you
most.
cry- I'm a
the
crier.
most. Oh yes. Yeah.
I watched Marley and Me and I was
crying.
crying.
Wonder
Lies.
the romance.
These liars.
Lies. No, I'm like. I'll
You're
watch, like,
emotional.
Up. You know.
I'm emotional when I have to be. Yes.
You're emotional. You're not emotional?
When I go home, when I'm in the shower, like
You hide
on the
it.
private. Yeah.
Fetal position shower.
Okay, I'm done.
That's usually.
I
it.
watch
The Kim
Ellen.
Kardashian ugly cry comes out.
I watch Ellen and I cry. Like when she
love
gives away
Ellen.
stuff and people are happy. Like I watch the World Series and I cry
Yeah.
when they win. Yeah. It sucks.
I mean, that's
Did
why we
you
got
cry
into
when
it.
Kobe died?
Of course.
That was sad.
You know what? I when a celebrity passes away, I usually don't. It's like I feel bad, but Kobe and Anthony Bourdain, I cried. Oh, and Prince. When Prince died, I cried. 3 people.
And you didn't.
Good hearts.
You didn't meet them before. Like you didn't have a
No,
special.
I met Prince twice.
Oh, never mind.
I took Anthony
cool.
I took Anthony Bourdain around Hawaii and fed him at my house, but I never met Kobe. Yeah, but because you grow up watching him, I think you feel like you know him. That Have you cried when any celebrity?
I mean,
passed?
I cry for everything. I
Yeah.
really do. I'm an emotional human being. But
I'm emotional too.
That's why I think we got in the hospitality industry, right? Or the wine
Yeah,
and
you want to
food
help
industry.
people.
Well, we're empaths. We want to
Yeah.
make people happy.
Have you guys cried any celebrity?
No, I haven't cried.
You guys
remember
are
they don't cry.
hardcore
They don't
ice hard.
No,
On
here's
the
the thing.
outside.
On the outside,
Yes.
I'm very. I have been told that I am not the most warmest person when you first meet me, but I think I'm more of an observer, and then I get comfortable as it goes. And I've also learned to kind of not be so extroverted.
But you do cry. You're an emotional person. I'm not saying not
I
in
don't
public.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Just
an
in
emotional
general.
crier.
Like if a celebrity died.
I've never cried over a celebrity. I've cried over like a family member.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
like
That's
a
a
really
given.
tough situation, but never a.
You're not a celebrity?
Wait, did you just ask? I'm a celebrity?
No,
Absolutely not. What?
Did you cry over a celebrity?
Yeah, you didn't see Wine Ann?
The only celebrity, but then here's the thing. Okay, so Selena passed away maybe before I was born. But when I watched the movie, I did cry because just her music was that powerful.
Yeah.
And I felt that with Prince too because I just love music in general. But I think Selena was probably the only celebrity where I really got emotional about.
I mean, I've cried in The Notebook and shit. Like what?
The
she-
Notebook? I like The
I
Notebook.
still have not seen that movie.
I like P.S.
Really?
I Love
Yeah.
You. That's my favorite.
I-
Watch it with your.
I
with your
cry.
honey.
I cry it Up though. You know, like.
Oh, Up
stupid-
was
like,
a good
like, just
movie.
everything.
That was kind of
Oh, I can't
You cried.
that's
You
kind of
cried.
deep. No, I
Have
didn't
you
cry it
watched
up.
Mandalorian
No, I didn't cry it up.
on
Yeah.
Disney? Have
Look,
you watched
everyone's
all of
laughing
them?
at you because you cried
The,
it
the
up.
newest
I
one.
cry. I'll cry. Whatever. I feel things deeply.
That's
You are
good.
deep.
love
Wait, did you
all
watch the new episode of Mandalorian?
No, I didn't.
I did.
No spoilers.
I didn't watch it
I
yet.
watched it.
I'm saving it until.
No,
'cause I'm a
wait.
binger.
If a guy cries like you're dating,
Yeah, is
is it like, oh God,
No, I love
what a
it.
panty?
Oh, really?
No, I think it's
That's
a
so
beautiful
many.
thing. I don't like when people.
Everyone is laughing.
I think if they're overly emotional, then it
Yeah.
can be a little unattractive.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful to see, somebody who's very masculine to have a soft side as well. It's all about
I did. I don't know if you guys remember the show Aloha Challenge with Mike Gangloff. we went and we fed like all the kupuna and stuff. So we did this food drive, and it, you know, like 3,000 people showed up at the stadium, and Mike calls me over and he goes, "Hey, come here real quick." It's like halfway through. I was like, "What?" I'm like, I'm sweating. We're trying to get all this thing done. He looks at me and he goes, "Isn't this amazing?" And we both start bawling, and we're hugging each other, and we're bawling in the middle of the stadium, and everyone's watching. And I'm like so embarrassed after. I was like, "Bro, I gotta go to the bathroom." So we go to the bathroom, we come out, and his wife goes, "Hey, what's going on over there?" We're like bawling. So I cried good and bad things, like happy things, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. Has anybody gotten so drunk where you cried?
No.
Like
I think
recently?
that's a girl thing.
It is
That's
not a
a-
girl thing.
have
I
you-
have seen men do it too.
No.
I've never gotten like
Cartoon movies? Hell yeah. But like drunk? No.
up.
Probably the only time I'll cry in public is if I'm really, not even in
Emotional?
public, but just like with my friends and get really emotional. It's probably if I'm
Happy or sad?
more happy.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
both.
love everyone.
Or just for me, I've cried like when I haven't seen someone in a really long time, and then you see them and you're like, you know, like that moment.
Do you think it's the liquor that did it? The wine?
No, well, I think it's both. I have cried before, just like sober, like a happy tears, and then on. Oh my God, I just love you. The best though, have you ever seen this? Is when you're out and you see guys after a couple of beers, whatever shots, and they're like, "I love you, bro. I
Yeah.
love you, man. No, I love you more. No, really though, like, I got your back. You know how long I've known this guy for? I remember so long. There's like typical.
Did you do that?
I see.
Yeah, he
I-
does it.
I'm
I think it
I'm
is.
only
It
child.
is.
I'm only child.
Yeah.
So like friendships are very important to me.
Yeah.
And like team sports, and that's like all the stuff. Team sports, working in restaurants, like that camaraderie.
Yeah.
I crave it. So
I
that
know you're such a softie.
I'm a softie.
That's
I
good.
never
So-
thought you
Yeah.
were a softie.
It's because I look so hard, right? Like this hardened exterior, this
You're a
like
gangster.
just like such a you know.
It says thug life on your stomach.
Oh yeah. Just this insane
He has
handsome.
makeup to cover the tear
Yeah.
tattoo.
So wait, I gotta know. You guys haven't been to any like wine country? Have you been to Napa or San Ynez, or because you haven't been to Italy or Greece?
I've been to
I mean,
Napa
France.
and Sedona.
Sonoma.
Sonoma, sorry.
Sonoma.
Yeah.
You?
I've been to France.
Oh, you've been to France. Okay, so you've been into wine country.
Oh yeah.
At France?
And in France, you know, it's like just a romantic place. Everywhere you go on
Doesn't
a
it
tour.
make it better?
It makes it better, and it's almost as if you have an actual taste of the country.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're just touring around. It just makes things funner. We went on a boat ride. We went biking, and we had wine every location that we went to.
Did you go with a guy?
Beautiful. No, I went with my siblings.
So it's different. I think if you go with somebody like your, yeah.
Yeah. My oldest brother brought his wife, and then it was me and my other brother together, and we're just looking at them like, we should have brought a date. We should have brought a date. Like, this
It's
is
a
the most
romantic
romantic
place,
country,
yeah.
and we have no date.
But that's why you go there single, right?
No, it's harder that way. Yeah, the French don't like us.
That's why you say you're from Hawaii. Because
Yeah,
if you
you
say
do.
I'm from America, they're gonna go.
That's true. But you know what? I gotta take you guys to San Ynez. We gotta go to San Ynez,
Done.
where I make mine.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Not to your spot though.
Yeah, we gotta come and we'll go barrel tasting and all of that.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
we'll really go. But congratulations on your guys' new show. Thanks for having me on the first episode. Yeah.
We're grateful to have you here.
No, cheers to you guys.
Look me in the eye.
Cheers.
This is like the most
Cheers.
intense staring I've ever done in my life.
Now you're gonna do it all the time.
7 years more bad sex?
Yeah.
I knew the bad sex part. I didn't know the beginning part of why you look each other in the eye.
I didn't know it was bad sex. I thought it was bad luck. So thank you for telling me.
Bad sex.
Yeah, thanks
Now it
again,
makes
Lanai.
it even more
Thank
so
you.
I wanna
Really,
look
thanks for
for
the show.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Remember,
you for having
everybody,
me.
follow Lanai at Lanai,
Thank you.
creator, godfather, everything of wine and.
Lanai.
Talk